Hi pre-K kids. Remember at Christmas time when we made the borax crystals and we made them into Christmas ornaments? Well, I found this little kit for growing crystals in my cupboard, and I used this when my daughter was about your age and we grew a crystal garden. I'm not sure exactly of the chemicals in here in the solution in the box, but I think it's kind of like the borax solution that we made when we made the Christmas ornaments. So this is what the crystal garden is going to look like when we're all done. And this is the back of the box. This is what it's going to look like before. And I've already assembled all the pieces that I got in the box. And then it says in 10 hours, in just 10 hours, it grows this crystal garden. So about every hour I'll take a picture and you can see how the crystals are changing. So I have the solution all mixed up. And here's our crystal garden setup. This is just paper that will absorb the water, and we have to set the paper down in the solution. So I've already pre-assembled this. Hopefully it will stay down in there in the solution. And then we're going to pour the solution in this little plastic tray in the little, you can see the indentations in this plastic tray. It will soak up the liquid, and as the liquid evaporates, it's going to leave the crystals behind that are dissolved in the solution. So here's the solution that I mixed up. It came, the kit came with little packets of chemical, and I dissolved those in the water, and now we're going to pour the water in. So come back in about an hour and we'll see how the crystal garden's growing. Okay, I've added the liquid to the little plastic tray, and you can see that it's soaking up onto the paper. It's about halfway up the mountain and maybe, I don't know, a third to halfway up the trees. So we'll let it continue to keep soaking, and we'll see what happens. Here we are just about an hour later, and you'll notice that all of the liquid that we put into the plastic tray has been absorbed by the different structures in the crystal garden. So everything is wet. Now we have to wait for the water to evaporate and see if crystals start to form. More to come. I see crystals growing on the tree already, pink crystals. Look down here at the grass. I see little green crystals growing on the grass. And I don't know, we're about 2 hours in. That tree has quite a few blooms. Nothing so far on the mountain. Just grass and pink blossoms on the tree. Oh wait, oh no. I thought that was some crystals growing on the mountain, but it's just wet there. So it's starting to happen right before our very eyes. Just went for a forest walk, came back in about an hour later, and now look, the trees are blooming pink and the grass is growing even more. Isn't that amazing that the crystals can grow so fast? Nothing on the hillside yet though. Wow, look how much is growing in the last hour. Look at those crystals on the tree. Little grass crystals. There's even some crystals growing on the mountain, on the top and the sides. Not very many, but there's some. It's starting to look very pretty. We'll check back in about an hour. It's now been 6 hours since we last checked the crystal garden. Wow, look at all the growth of crystals. The trees are getting really bushy with pink crystals. The grass is growing even bigger and taller. And there's a little bit of snow on top of the mountain. Some on the sides, some on the sides. I think the pink trees are really cool. So in just 6 hours, look how much the crystals have grown. We'll check back in another hour. Bye for now. Hi kids, it's now been 8 hours since we started this experiment. Look how big the crystals have gotten. The tree's almost full. The grass is really growing. And there's even more snow on top of the mountains. So it's getting late, so I'm going to go to bed now, and I'll check these tomorrow morning. Give you another update. Good night. Wow, look at what the crystal garden has done overnight. It's really grown quite a bit. I think it's probably about done growing, however. See how the crystals look just a little bit different? These are more flaky and frilly. They have a different structure. These seem more condensed or closer together. So there you have it, a crystal garden grown in less than 24 hours. Kind of fun. See you for now. Wow, pre-K kids, after 2 days, look at the crystal garden, how big it got. Now I suppose you're wondering about the science behind it. Well, I'm not sure, but this is my guess, that the paper had different colors of ink in it that were soluble in water, and the solution that we poured into the tray had some sort of a salt in it. And when the salt and the water solution absorbed up, or just like a paper towel, it absorbs all the way into the paper of the trees and the mountains and the grass. And as the water evaporated, it left behind the salt. And the salt mixed with the different colors of pigment that were in the paper. So they must have had a green color, or a kind of yellow-green color, a pink color, and just white color in the paper. And when the water absorbed and then it evaporated, it left behind salt that picked up the color that was in the paper. So that's a cool little science thing. If you want, you could order your own crystal garden and try one for yourself. This is one kind that's on the internet, but there are also lots of other different kinds of crystal gardens that you can buy. Also,